Show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Boston Celtics in Boston. Well, for Boston, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight.
Alarms go off when I enter the building.
And we're here in Boston, Massachusetts. What a gorgeous, beautiful setting. Lovely twilight view of downtown Boston. It's game time in Boston as the crowds look to cheer on the Celtics. For the Cavaliers, this is the last game before heading back to Cleveland. Well, they're certainly excited about this one, and they'll be laying it all on the line as the intensity is palpable. 2 top caliber teams face it off on the hardwood to do battle.
And expected to vie for that top seed coming into the season. They have not disappointed. This is a team poised to do big things in the postseason.
Well, all the hype was justified. I mean, it's been an impressive season for them. We've seen them win a lot of different ways. They've proven in the midst of all of that to be a very, very complete team.
Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here is Horford. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role. Didn't let the move bother him and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Brown kicks to Horford. It's stolen by Smith. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Now it's sent it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Tyronn Lue.
He talked about the impact that Al Horford can have on a game and how they'll have their work cut out for them dealing with him. He said Horford's just a complete ball player. He does all the things you want from a big man. He can shoot, handle, and pass. He's always a tough matchup, but it starts with matching his energy level. Kevin will see if they have what it takes.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Well, wide open look for Love. A three-pointer off the mark. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they won their last contest, that game against Orlando.
You know, sometimes you're going to win because of your performance, and on occasions, which was the case for them, it's the play of your opponent that allows you to escape with wins.
Well, you're right. I mean, there were a lot of turnovers in that game. Some caused by their good defensive play, but some were just carelessness.
Thompson with the bucket.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Thomas passes to Horford. Brown outside. Thomas down low, covered by Irving, and it's sent back by Irving. And Horford, here we go. Over Thompson. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Cavaliers leading. Left side Irving. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
And arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed. Now here's Brown. Johnson the screen. And the rejection by Smith. They get it back. Thomas outside. Thomas with another miss.
You know, even against defense as tight as that, you expect him to bury those.
Yeah, I don't know, though, Clark. That defender was on him like glue on that possession. That would have been a heck of a bucket, even though we've seen him hit those in the past.
And, you know, Kyrie Irving really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher, too. He's so creative and crafty. Terrific at the rim with both hands.
Irving with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. In the corner, Smith with it. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now, here's Brown. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Love. He's looking for LeBron and finds it. And the Cavaliers getting another bucket right there.
And one thing about Irving's ball handling, he does a great job of protecting the ball. A very low rate of turnovers for a player as aggressive as he is on the bounce.
Now here is Horford. Looking for his first basket still in this one. LeBron's shot is good. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for Cleveland.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Here's Thomas following the basket by LeBron James. Looking to end the drought.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And, of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
Mickey's checked in for Boston. Jay Crowder comes in for Green. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Sanders comes in for Kevin Love. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for James. And it's Amon Shumpert in for J.R. Smith. Greg, you're talking about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of steals, given his instincts and quickness. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
Korver gets a wide open look. Hits it from three-point range.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
And tonight's broadcast here in beautiful Boston. 2K Sports checks in with their loyal viewers with a broadcast from Boston, the home of the Celtics. Celtics make a quick stop here in front of their Boston fans just one game before heading back out. They've put it all together over the course of their last 7 games. They've only had 1 loss over that span.
And I think for Boston, it has taken no time for them to come together as a team. I mean, no time. There wasn't much being said about them preseason, but now everybody's got them in their radar.
Well, they couldn't have asked for a better start to their campaign. I mean, give credit to the coaching staff for customizing a game plan and system suited to the Tower.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Thompson is out there with Kevin Love, and it's Irving at the 1 spot.
Isaiah Thomas. Now, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
Here's Brown following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Here's Bradley, and that one comes up a bit short. We're about 1 minute into the first. Here's LeBron. Johnson with the block. Smith against Thomas. In the corner, Bradley with it. Thompson with the rebound.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
James right side. And it's blocked by Brown. That's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession. To the middle, here's Love, and that one is hammered home. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Horford dishes to Thomas. Bradley passes to Thomas, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. And a missed layup.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Bradley. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Irving misses. So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against the Magic in Orlando.
You know, sometimes you're going to win because of your performance. And on occasions, which was the case for them, it's the play of your opponent that allows you to escape with wins.
Well, you're right. I mean, there were a lot of turnovers in that game, some caused by their good defensive play, but some were just carelessness. There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Celtics trail by 5. LeBron James, by many surveys, and no surprise here, GA, the most popular athlete in America.
I mean, the highest paid player in the league. And you know what? He deserves it. This guy has really carried the mantra as the face of our game, as well as anybody. And I tell you what, people now are starting to acknowledge the guy also delivers when it matters.
And, you know, for LeBron, he's blazed a trail as far as his business empire is concerned. He gave his childhood friends a chance to manage his affairs. Many thought it was a huge mistake, but he's doing quite well with the guys that he chose.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Cleveland. Now here's James. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Magic in Orlando. On the wing, Irving. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. Cleveland moving the ball around. And James with the basket on the assist by Korver. LeBron's got his first 3 points of the game.
And for LeBron, he said he'd like to be a billionaire. It's his ambition to have an influence that goes beyond the game. And guys, he is certainly on his way.
Korver kicks to Love. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Green, he's checked in for Brown. Cleveland also making some changes. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Sanders comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for LeBron. Shumpert with the screen for Korver. And Frye kicks to Irving. To the paint. And Frye slams it in.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Austin with the ball, following the score by Cleveland. Outside for Thomas. Shot to stop the run. The shot will not.
2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. For the Cavaliers, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. And gentlemen, no love lost between these two rivals. The fans know it. The players know it. We know it. Is it possible, Kenny, to get too amped up for tonight's game?
No, these are the games you play for, Ernie. This is what you've been waiting for. Expect to see bodies flying, people moving, everything, popcorn moving, bodies flying. Everything you can imagine is going to happen tonight.
You know, any loss hurts, but when you lose like this to a rival in a game, it hurts worse. Right now, if it was me, I'd be in the locker room tearing the bathroom apart.
Oh, my gosh. Again?
Urinals all over the wall,
Again?
busted mirrors.
Wow.
Just clothes all over the floor.
Must have been a joy to coach.
Yeah, and to play with.
I was.
Yeah. Couldn't use the bathroom and play with you.
Yeah,
good.
And we get a glimpse of the beautiful light shining down on Quincy Market in downtown Boston. It's the home of the Celtics here in Boston as 2K Sports brings you today's action live. Celtics make a quick stop here in front of their Boston fans just 1 game before heading back out. They've put it all together over the course of their last 7 games. They've only had 1 loss over that span.
And you know, for the Celtics, they have performed above and beyond expectations thus far. As good as they've been, is it fair to wonder just how long they can keep this up?
Of course it is. I mean, I'll tell you this. They may have snuck up on some of their opponents here in the early season, but they're not sneaking up on anybody anymore. Teams will be ready for them.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Thompson is out there with Kevin Love, and it's Irving in at the point guard position. And Thomas, here we go. No luck. Good D by Love.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Now here is Smith. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's LeBron, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Avery Bradley. Like you were talking about Isaiah Thomas, he had no love lost for the Suns. In their first meeting, he took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared him down as he was hitting shots, looked at that bench. Man, he had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and have battled doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Crowder kicks to Thomas. To the left wing. Horford against Love. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
And with the Celtics being a surprise threat near the end of last season, even their losses were close games.
Now, here's Irving. 9 points last game. Love, no good. Thompson against Horford. Thomas down low. He dishes it to Horford. Back to Thomas. Baseline J on the way. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And so it's Cleveland with it. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And were able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night. And you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend.
No style points earned for sure, Greg, in that game. But they did hit the big shots when they needed them. And oftentimes it's not what you do as much as when you do it. To back up your point about the Celtics being in close games, I mean, their point differential on the year was less than where you would expect it to be for a team that made the playoffs. I mean, it really gives you an idea of how many close games they played.
Irving, and it's sent back by Horford. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. They set the pick. Irving with it. Now Thomas defending. And stolen by Thomas. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Johnson dishes to Horford. Thomas against Irving. Thomas gets the bucket. Thomas got his first points of the night.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Now, here is Irving. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's LeBron. Misses off the right iron. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season. His return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's his first foul. Marcus Smart's checked in for Boston. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Sanders comes in for Kevin Love. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for LeBron. And it's Iman Shumpert in for J.R. Smith.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around certainly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run, great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots, and James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest scoring trio in the league last year. D cannot forget about him like that. He'll light you up big time.
Horford the pass to Smart. Johnson the screen. Smart kicks to Johnson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And watching Amir Johnson, Clark, he seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint. And he's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets.
The drive by Shumpert. Good.
That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
The Celtics have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Brown against Shumpert. Brown kicks to Johnson. Brown down low. Guarded by Shumpert. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And talking about Amir Johnson, he's really the last of a discontinued model, if you will. When the Pistons called his name in the 2005 NBA draft, the year before the rookie age limit was put in place, he became the last 18-year-old drafted into our league. And it did take him a number of years to kind of get up to the pro speed.
Now here's Irving. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. 4 on the clock. Takes a shot at the elbow. Rebound Boston. This their first chance this season playing the Cavaliers.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the two teams.
Yeah, no splits here, partner. One team will have bragging rights, and a win tonight is the first step.
And that does it for the first quarter. Boston on top. They lead by 4. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings it.
Go back and I'm able to.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there, caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Amir Johnson is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Horford in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Boston 5. Here's LeBron. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Here's Bradley. The shot is off. Great D that time from Love. The Cavaliers trail by 4. It was a tough battle down the stretch, but the Celtics were able to get back into the playoffs last year.
And kind of just hovering around all season, but give them credit. They fought their way in and spent only 1 year out of the postseason in their rebuild.
Johnson kicks to Bradley. The 3. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Bradley's got 5.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And, you know, for the Celtics, the actual playoff series didn't go well. They got swept by the Cavaliers, but most people will remember the injuries from the series more than the play, and the Celtics have a bright future, no doubt.
Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Kevin Love.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
And Thomas, here we go. Some solid defense there from Irving.
Well, listen, it was a forgettable series for Celtics fans. However, the Celtics' young core were able to experience postseason basketball. That's something that you can really never replicate. I'm sure they'll be hungry for more of it, and credit Brad Stevens on a terrific job.
Thomas, the basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Olenek, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Gerald Green in for Crowder. And the Cavaliers call time here. And some changes here for the Celtics. Mickey's checked in for Kelly Olynyk, and Marcus Smart is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. The Cavaliers trail by 8 to the paint. It's tipped and stolen by Horford. The drive by Green. It's Bradley on the wing. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Bradley's got 7 now in this quarter. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Boston.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Just 5 on the clock. And it's Irving missing. And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Sanders checked in for Thompson. Korver comes in for Kevin Love. And then Shumpert in there for Smith. The drive by James. Shumpert gets a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And it's 6 points for Amon Shumpert.
For Gerald Green, it's hard to not think about the star that could have been. The 18th pick in the 2005 draft, right out of high school. It was basically athleticism and upside in his game then. He's finally made it in the NBA now, but has improved with skills and guile in place of explosiveness. That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
And the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game. Channing Frye's checked in for the Cavaliers.
And talking about Gerald Green, it seems like he's been in the league forever. But he was only 29 years old last season. By and large, he's avoided major injury, so he's still got plenty of tread left on those tires if he wants to keep going at it for a little while longer.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. On the wing, Shumpert. He has 6. And Fry has it in the corner. Sanders dishes to Irving. From 13, gets in and hoping this is the start of a new trend. 2 for 8 now from the field.
And the D is having problems stopping the mid-range jumper. They're not really closing out on them as much as they should be.
6 of their last 10 points have come by way of the two-pointer.
Left side, Shumpert. Broke loose. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Green with the ball. Outside Irving. Got it. Good job in the low post. Now just a 4-point Boston lead.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Back to Bradley. This one for 3. Larry Sanders grabs the miss. For Cleveland, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter.
Yeah, way to play and attack. And get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth from that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
No luck that time either. Irving against Bradley. Jerebko at the elbow. Looking to end the drought. No good off the front iron.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
And
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. What a showing tonight. A sold-out building, the backdrop for our presentation. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
The differential is the free throw attempts. And that's one of the big stories in this game tonight. They were being so aggressive and so smart that all they could do on the defensive end was foul.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice shots. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll...
welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
You look at what Bradley has done so far. He has 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the center, filling out the middle.
Hang on that rim, puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Irving against Thomas. Left side Irving. And he banks in the layup. Irving's got 8. Kyrie Irving, an explosive scorer. We all know that. His rate of assists continually dropping over his NBA career. And Greg, does he need to be more of a pure point guard?
You know, he does have the advantage of playing with LeBron James, one of the best playmakers in the league. It's a good fit, I think, at this stage of his career, because right now they need him to score the basketball while he continues to improve his point guard skills.
Celtics leading by 4. Bradley drives in. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down. Greg started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
You know, it's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
Mickey's checked in for Kelly Olynyk.
You know, with Avery Bradley, he was the 19th pick in the draft for the Celtics. The outlook for him was great, but then ball handling and shooting injury concerns flattened out his development. He had a hard time getting over the hump for a few years, but he's over it now.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
And, you know, getting back to Avery Bradley, he's been dynamite the last 2 years. He's finally found consistency with the mid-range jumper and plays a complete game of basketball with just a little more seasoning. I really feel like the sky's the limit.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. He said their plan was run their offense through LeBron. Coach would like to see him utilized in the offense as much as possible. We can expect to see them going to him constantly. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Thank you, Doris. And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Pass to Mickey. And that one is stuffed right through.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Love goes in. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Love's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Oh, wow. 4 or 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire. And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. James outside. There's the dish to Irving. Screen by Smith. Irving passes to Love. On baseline, Jay. Love with another miss. Celtics have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Horford, no luck.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Outside Irving. Pass to Love. To the inside. It's hauled in by Thomas.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence. You know, with all the shots they've knocked down here in the second half, their field goal percentage has crossed the 50% mark.
Yeah, and any team will take that excellent in terms of their efficiency.
James kicks to Thompson, and stolen by Horford. Thomas, good. Thomas got the lead up to 10 now for the Celtics. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Shot clock at 6. On the wing. Shot misses. Some solid defense from Brown. Pass to Crowder. On the wing, Brown. Pass to Mickey. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Irving kicks to Smith. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
And there's the pass to Horford. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
Well, you could see a change in the play with the Celtics after the trade deadline last year. Adding Isaiah Thomas gave them some pop off the bench and really created some balance for them offensively.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Johnson, he's checked in for Mickey. Avery Bradley comes in for Brown. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Thomas. Outside Irving. The 10-footer. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. .27 seconds left to play in the third.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. Yeah, big blunder there, and that could really cost him.
Yeah, and the timing of it was bad, too. I mean, they're trying to cut down and cut into the lead. Just a tough, bad break there.
Here's Olynyk. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
Yeah, it wasn't his best performance at all from the stripe. He's got to put it behind him, and I know he'd like to immediately. And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable at the line now, and he's getting better results.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Boston on top, up by 15. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter. Next. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against Charlotte. Thomas is the point with Bradley into his side. Jay Crowder out there with Johnson. And it's Horford in at the 5 spot. That's the Boston 5. And that one's good, Irving.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
Bradley dishes to Crowder. And the rejection by Sanders. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Love's checked in for Channing Frye. Tries to save it. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his first personal foul.
The first free throw is good. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That'll be his second foul of the game. Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Thompson's checked in. James in the post. Guarded by Bradley. And LeBron James gets it to go.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot. Gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
And stolen by Love. Shumpert passes to LeBron. Great D that time from Thomas.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
James kicks to Love. And it's good.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, a careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
Brown dishes to Thomas. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Smith has checked in.
Well, you know, last season I thought the Celtics made some strong waves in the East. I mean, they kept fighting and fighting all season long, and they ended up in the playoffs because of that never-give-up attitude.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. And for the Celtics, 28 of their 40 wins on the season came against the East. Not impressive, but it got the job done in a conference which could be had at times, obviously.
That's true, but what should be noted, Kevin, about the Celtics against the East is just how well they played against the Eastern Conference playoff teams.
Right.
I mean, against the East top 8, they shot a lot better and executed a lot better as well. So you can see them stepping up their game against the competition.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds, to every loose ball. We got to wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
Well, LeBron James long considered the greatest player in the league. He's got some competition now, though. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, James Harden, all playing well last year. But for my money, there's no better player in the league than King James.
Brown outside. It's a beautiful jam.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Korver. Well, Clark, you look at LeBron's career averages right now around 27, 7, and 7. Hard to argue at this time he's not the best player in the league.
Well, you know, he might not always win the MVP award, Kevin, but that doesn't really matter. I think he's the most feared player in the league, and he proved he can carry a team in last season's NBA Finals. Clearly one of the all-time greats.
Some changes for Boston. Bradley comes in for Gerald Green, and Thomas subbed in for Marcus Smart. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Irving's checked in. The Cavaliers trail by 9. James left side. The 3. No good. And it's Boston the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Bradley with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Knocked loose. It's taken away by Smith. Irving passes to LeBron. Love against Johnson. The three. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Love. Now it's just a 3-point Celtic lead.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Just not happy with how his team is playing, and they just have been on the wrong side of this run.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? Sometimes just the pause in the action, which is what a timeout can give you, is enough to change things around.
Al Horford, he's checked in for Boston. Crowder comes in for Brown. Thomas against Irving. Now here's Thomas. He's covered closely. Nifty move. And that's 2 points on the way. And the Celtics lead by 5.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Timeout called Cleveland. They're down by 5. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Amir Johnson's checked in for Mickey. .144 left to play here in the fourth. LeBron outside. Kicks it to Irving. Out to the wing. The wide open look for Love. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 11 points for Love.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Horford, no luck.
Most of the time, that shot will go down, or the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Irving kicks to Thompson, and stolen by Horford. And Thomas, here we go. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on Love.
Some good play tonight for Thomas. He has 15 points and 2 steals. He's showing us those quick hands today, both when he has the ball and when he doesn't.
Clark, you love the fact that he's a terrific distributor, but also, how about those defensive instincts? That's also been excellent today.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're losing by 4. There's a minute left in the fourth.
Celtics dancers.
There's a minute left in the fourth quarter.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
There's 57 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Crowder. Outside break. Johnson the screen. Bradley dishes to Johnson. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's touched by Love.
Celtics ball.
There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 2 on the clock. Thomas. It's in!
Not a shot, but from the bigger defender. That could prove to be a massive bucket.
Greg does not get much tougher than that. Tough defense, high pressure situation, clutch play. I love it.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Both free throws good from James.
In a crucial spot, he is always so solid at the line. He rarely wastes those opportunities.
And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Smith kicks to James. It's good. This game is all even.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Green. It's good!
Good ball movement. You put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're trailing by 2. 1 second left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
With under 2 seconds remaining, you've got to hurry it up. Get the ball up quickly and take one dribble and get it to the rim.
That's a 2 from Smith. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Al, plenty of battling out there tonight. At what point did the team start to really respond in terms of trying to stay on top of the momentum in this game?
And it all started the second half. We didn't do a good job the first half. We let them hang around. But, you know, at least we reacted better the second half. This is one of those games that we just had to, you know, will our way to win this.
You toughed it out, Al. Thank you so much. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And coming up next, the postgame show with Ernie Johnson, Shaq, and Kenny the Jet.
The 2K Sports
Who was
postgame show.
player of the game? That's what I'm curious about. I'd assume Isaiah.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Isaiah Thomas. He put his team on his back and carried them as we've seen him do before, but it never gets old. A textbook example of making play after play to lead the way.
The thing that has to jump out of you is all of those points in the paint. He found every gap in the defense that he could, and he never stopped attacking the basket. If the D was expecting him to just hang out on the perimeter, they were wrong.
This guy is explosive as any guard in the league. And he's got a craftiness to his game and a work ethic that just does not quit. Whether it's creating for teammates or putting up them buckets himself, Isaiah Thomas finds a way to get it done.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
Okay, let's check it out. Just barely won. We shot the same percentage. They had more three-pointers, but more attempted. we had way more free throws. And we shot 94% on free throws. They shot 50%. We had a lot of points in the paint. We had 5 second chance points to their 4. Our bench was better. Our defensive rebounds were better. Our steals were pretty even, and our blocks were actually worse, which is a little surprising. Turnovers were bad, though, because they had those blocks. Team fouls, 8-11. Biggest lead was 15, and we only won by 2. Time of possession, we lost. Timeouts remaining, none. Fourth quarter, we got outscored 27-14. The third quarter, we outscored them 21-10. In the first, we tied. The second we tied. The first, we outscored them by 4. Nice. 3 dunks in the third quarter. No dunks in the first 2 quarters. 1 dunk in the fourth quarter. Interesting. And it took me 3-4 tries to win a game, so that's pretty bad. Win. Alright, I'm gonna save just in case somebody breaks their ankle. And then I'll just sim up to whatever game I want to play next. I don't think I want to play these, so... And if I lose a bunch in a row, I guess, then I might go back. Let's simulate. Ugh. Well, we beat the Knicks. Lakers up next. Alright, I'll save. And then cancel the stream.